ladies and gentlemen, Duke CT here back once again, and let me tell you something, it is back. I am happy to be back for you live here on the Dukect Lounge. Last week, I was sick. Seriously, I was sick. I could not do anything. In fact, I caught the, what would you call the neurovirus, and let me tell you, like I said, it was not fun. It was a bit terrible, actually. It was, man, I couldn't even do anything. I couldn't even keep up with any type of wrestling news for a while, but I got better. I'm feeling a lot better, happier, and everything else. Getting my homework and schoolwork done and getting my reviews up and done. Hopefully, my Marine 2 review will be done this weekend, and then my War Room review will be done later on next week as well. And that's going to be it for hopefully that's the plan. And I hope that you guys enjoy those episodes as well. So anyway, I'm back. I'm feeling great. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. That's what happened to me last week. Okay, now let's get this right away. WWE's Hall of Fame. Now, before this Monday night, I didn't know they were going to get Sammartino. I was like, okay, they got some good guys. They got Backlund. They got Trish Stratus. They got Mick Foley, which is that's a good name. But I had no idea this Monday night. I was like, holy crap, they got Bruno Sammartino. Now, if you don't know who Bruno Sammartino is, you must be one of the new wrestling fans, because, dude, you want to talk about a living legend. He is one of the most not only tall, but he is up there. His brawling, his power moves, everything. And this guy was a 5'10" guy, come out of nowhere, he had that look of actually being a guy who can beat the crap out of you. And he was probably he was one of the most popular wrestlers in the 1960s and 70s. He is from Italian descent. He is probably one of the most well-liked, it was actually well-respected. Well-respected of the pro wrestling legends, of people who got into the business, people who will respect the old schools. And people say without Bruno Sammartino, you wouldn't have guys like Hulk Hogan. You wouldn't have guys like a Brock Lesnar or John Cena or what have you. Is that guy, that power wrestler who could just pound you and such. And it is one of the most biggest and shocking names going to Hall of Fame. In fact, I did not think he was going to do it because of his completely criticisms of the WWE and professional wrestling as a whole. In his retirement, in fact, he says one of the main reasons was he did not like to lose storylines. He's the way that the storylines were portrayed, like in the Attitude Era, the overtalk theatrics, and the the whole, crazy Undertaker storyline type stuff, and the drug and steroid abuse. And those things really had him stay away from that. And not only that, he's very critical of Vince McMahon. And he said that Vince McMahon has been detrimental to his father's Vince McMahon Sr. Creation. And he has really stuck against Vince McMahon. Was very negative to Vince McMahon. He did not do any type of commentary on the WWE produced retrospectives of his career or anything else. In fact, he already did independent documentaries, including the Bruno Sammartino's Legends Never Die, La Roca, The Passing of the Belt, and The Boys Are Back. And the funny thing is, in the A&E wrestling documentary, The Unreal Story of Professional Wrestling, Sammartino, who was one of the biggest draws in 1960s and the 1970s, was not even mentioned in that documentary. And Well, and he said the exclusion was, and he says, and he attributed his exclusion to, well, Vince, because most of the footage was part of that production to that A&E documentary. Uh, and this is something that really is. I actually guessed too and everything else. What's up? Anyway, let's see. But he's in. But you know what? He's now in. And how he got into this was, well, from wrestling, very interesting website says, supposedly Santino approached this as purely as a business decision. Giving Triple H a price, the guy who's basically running things, what have you, public head trying to be like Vince McMahon and such, Triple H or Paul Lemaka-Vistique, or whatever you pronounce his real name. If I'm not pronouncing his name right, I apologize. I'll just call him Triple H. It's just giving Triple H a price that he thought he would turn down. In a number of conversations, he spoke of the deal as something he didn't expect to happen. There was a long period before there was any answer from WWE, with him figuring that Vince McMahon likely next to deal due to price. The WWE could obviously afford the price, in line with what the company's top stars would earn for a WrestleMania payoff. Really, it was a question of ego and precedence more than anything. There has been a bitterness for decades on both sides between Sammartino and McMahon. But McMahon's history is always to work harder and do what it takes to make deals with those who are the most outspoken against him. There's always been complaints of people who work for rival groups but refuse to say anything bad about McMahon. Who would see people who would lambast him be brought back with more fanfare and with deals that some big names who would never say anything bad about could never get a whiff of. It's simply one of the unique things about McMahon. From a public perspective, Sammartino claimed his issues with the WWE were that he didn't want any part of the company that had taken wrestling into the gutter with vulgarity and obscenity-clad women, along with the drug issues that led to a terrible death rate. Seriously, it is a horrible death rate. I mean, yeah, with wrestling's lifespan is what? 40. I think last time I checked, it was like I think it's like 50, well, like 50, 51 is the average lifespan of a pro wrestler. Very disturbing stuff. Anyway, Triple H from the start told him they had cleaned up the product and that his viewpoint when he got more power, he wanted to make the product similar to the product Sammartino headline. Triple H portrayed him as a student and a fan of Sammartino's era, knowing his own trainer, Killer Kowalski. Kowalski was arguably Sammartino's leading long-term career opponent and someone who always spoke of Sammartino in positive terms. Sammartino has said during the negotiations that if the deal didn't come through this year, that he was not open to it any time in the future. He had told his sons that if something was to happen to him, that it was his wish that it was his wish not to be clear after his death, and they had agreed to respect those wishes. The deal that ended up being structured was for Sammartino to be introduced into a Hall of Fame and also being part of the promotion in some form going forward. And in particular, he asked to be part of the DVDs, including his era, including the 50th anniversary history of the WWE release scheduled for late this year. He will also do voiceovers of some of his matches. There will likely be a Sammartino DVD release, which I will try to get. Believe me, I will try to get that. He will also appear at times on the WWE Legends Roundtable show on 24/7 Clashes on Demand. Oh, I have to watch that. That will be Sammartino on that would be excellent. I need to get. That's one thing I need to see if I can find a way to get to that 24/7 Clashes on Demand. Because overall, this looks like to be very interesting. And supposedly, if there is more people going into this, I cannot wait. I really cannot wait to really really to really watch all the stuff of just be a part of Sammartino and everything else. In fact, I'm tempted to go to WrestleMania to see that and everything else. To go to WrestleMania and just to be just to be a part of that, because Sammartino, whatever you liked him or hate him, he was a whole era. He was the entire era of the WWE, his long championship reign, his influence, everything. And that is one of the reasons why a lot of people, whether you like him or you hate him, he is one of the most influential and most respected of the legends, living legends, and such. I'll have you. In fact, he has a bit of words against other legends and such. He says, actually, on July 26, 2004, at Mellon Arena in Pittsburgh, at the site of the infamous Who Stumped Who, in a non-confrontation with Flair, Flair denigrated Sammartino's wrestlability in his book. Flair claims Sammartino refused to shake his hand at the event. And Sammartino says Flair saw him coming down the hall, turned, and rushed away. Wow. I don't know. Oh, well, we don't know what's going to happen there. We don't know what really happened, but it's interesting. It's an interesting story. And he has led a very interesting career. A very interesting career, and someone's like legend, and finally getting him in the Hall of Fame, which is going to be something to really, I don't know what else to say. This is something I never thought would happen. I never thought to see Bruno Sammartino in the Hall of Fame. But then again, I never thought I would I never thought that, my wildest dreams that Vince McMahon and Eric Bischoff would ever work together, or with everything else from back in the day. I never thought all these things would happen. But, you never know, man. That's the funny thing about life. You never say never. But honestly, Bruno Sammartino in the Hall of Fame and all that goodies, I can't wait. I really just can't wait for it. Anyway, I'm going to take a little commercial, break. I would like a little music break here. We'll be right back with the Dukect Lounge and some more interesting things happening in the world of wrestling, including new tag team champions. Yes, and I will be right back here on the Dukect Lounge. Be right back. Back here live here on the Dukect Lounge. Phone number as always, is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID to connect to me, Duke CT, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. And some more WrestleMania news, and before we get into the new Tag Team Champions and such, we will be very interesting. Is supposedly there's going to be an Undertaker match. It's supposed to be Undertaker versus CM Punk, but supposedly the Undertaker is very hurt at this point. He can't move, wrestle, and everything else. He is banged up, and honestly, I'm worried. I don't want to see the Undertaker be these guys who just can't move anymore, and he's already at that point. I just don't think that the Undertaker needs to have a WrestleMania match anymore. I feel like, honestly, last year, WrestleMania 28, he went 20-0. I'm happy. I'm really, really, I was really happy at that. End of an era. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Undertaker standing proud, walking away. I think that would really be a positive way to end his career. I don't want him to basically get hurt. I'm worried, man. I'm worried about the Undertaker. I mean, I'm worried that it's his choice and he wants to continue on. But if he can't go anymore and he can't physically go, because even at that match, it was just stop and go. And that was with Triple H. And I know CM Punk is great. CM Punk is great at matches and such and everything else. He could do a slow-paced matchup. But I just don't want him to become like, he's so hurt that he can't do anything anymore. That's the thing. I don't want him to be so hurt that, one wrong move, Punk might actually take him out like he can't even move anymore or something like that. So I say, honestly, have him take a year off and have him face Cena. Or if that, he can't go anymore, like he can retire, have him retire, 20-0. And there's no shame in that. I mean, the way he went out against Triple H, both matches, I was happy to be a part of one, WrestleMania 27. To me, that was the best match of the card, and I can't believe I witnessed that. It was great at WrestleMania 27. But to me, if this is his last ride, no pun intended, and so be it. Undertaker, salute you, and it was one hell of a ride. Anyway, let's get on to something else. Let's get on to the new. In fact, we have brand new TNA Tag Team Champions of the World. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have Austin Aries and Bobby Roode as your new Tag Team Champions that they defeated Los Stereotypicos, a.k.a. Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez at the London Impact. I didn't watch the match. I was helping my dad fix some electrical stuff, but honestly, I heard the news. I was just so happy. We have some really good tag team champions. I'm happy because maybe this is something that goes on a better direction. And I want this company to keep going in these better directions and give them championship shots, not only championship shots, but also a better champion, better guys, something like that. And I'm hopeful, really hopeful that somehow, some way, Daniels gets the world title and then have AJ beat him for the TNA championship or something. I think that would be really good in a really good way because I want Daniels to have it. I want this Aces and Eights stuff to go away. Just reveal Bully Ray as the Aces and Eights guy or something like that, and just have them go away at Lockdown or something. Just have them go away at Lockdown because I'm getting really tired of them. Keep guys like Doc, have his name changed. Get rid of Devon. If it's possible, get rid of Garrett. I think you kept Wes, Briscoe, for, because I think he has a good look. Just keep him in OVW. I had put Garrett Bischoff back in OVW too. Mike Knox, yeah, I haven't get rid of him. I don't like him either. Just get rid of the entire Aces and A stuff. I'm getting really tired of him. And basically put Taz somewhere else too. I can't take Taz anymore. Taz, I'm sorry, no more. I can't stand that. Not for nothing. All the other stuff like, oh, don't worry, guys. God, just shut up, please. Just shut up, you little midget. Just shut the fuck up. I'm sorry for cussing. It's frustrating. His announcing is so goddamn terrible. Every time I want to do something positive with TNA, they have some good stuff. Hopefully Kenny King will actually get the X Division Championship soon. I hope that Magnus gets his TV Championship soon. Maybe, heck, have Magnus and Joe reunite and get the tag team belts. Hell, have them take on the greatest tag team to ever live or whatever. Rude and Aries. That will be really good. Rebuild the tag division. That would be awesome. But hey, that's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. And honestly, as much as I bitch about TNA has gotten better. But then again, it just reminds me what Matthew about Botchamania and such said at MagFest and in his panel. He says, TNA, for all as good it is, it's like the restaurant. It's like the restaurant. You find out that, it's served like in a soup. Bam, a human hand is there. It doesn't matter how good the food is now. They rebuilt it. It looks everything else. It will always be the place that, oh my gosh, they found a human hand in this guy's soup. I'm paraphrasing, but still, hopefully he's listening to it and he understands. But yes, that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. TNA, for all of its good stuff, it's still going to be the company that has the hand in its soup, and people are going to stay away from it regardless. And it's a shame because there's a lot of good stuff into it. And I'm hopeful and by the way, and I really missed this stuff, and there's a lot of stuff I missed last week. I really, really got my thoughts on, and such about TNA's new plan of them going on the road more. Wish they could have done this years ago, but I feel like this is the right time. They got the money. They got the talent. I think this is going to be a real positive thing for them. A real positive and a real positive for TNA. A real positive for TNA to finally go on the road. And hopefully they come around in D.C. I know they've been going on D.C. Hopefully I can make a house show for them and maybe a live show as well. Hopefully like in a D.C. arena, like what have you. D.C. Armory. At the D.C. Armory. It'd be really nice if they do that. Anyway, and one more thing. Young Justice and Green Lantern being canceled. Fuck you, Cartoon Network. Yes, fuck you. Yeah. You take away two of the greatest cartoon shows that actually graced your morning, which no one actually watched Saturday morning. I had to get up on Saturday morning. And you take them away on basically doing your crappy rescheduling, which you did again with like shows like a really great one. What was that word? Oh, Symbiotic Titan, a show that I mean most people loved. Yeah, did the same thing. Thundercats too, the new Thundercats. Screw that thing up too. You know what? If you don't want these shows, you don't want to make any money. Fine. Then why, if you want to be a silly show, a network that has, there's some good stuff on there. I mean, regular show is nice and Adventure Time, but those are the only shows I actually somehow watch. But it's just give it time, people. Adventure Time and regular show will be screwed somehow. It will be somehow in some way they will screw Adventure Time and regular show. They'll just have the ways and means. They'll just schedule on on these awkward times, because that's what they do. That's what they always do in Cartoon Network. They'll give it a bad type of scheduling, and next thing you know, since no more watches, we'll just cancel it. Just a brilliant tactic. Really. And then we're gonna have Bruno the Batman, which again, God forbid you can't have any Wonder Woman, Flash. Heck, how about a Superman cartoon? I mean, it's not like he hasn't a movie. Oh wait, he has a movie coming out. I wonder why he hasn't have a movie like a cartoon series. Why is it always Batman? It's like there's other people in the DC universe than Batman. What have you. Something I think DC needs to recognize too. But anyway, that's my little rant. Fuck you, Cartoon Network, for basically screwing up two shows I actually liked. But you know what? It is what it is. Anyway, that's just me. That's it for the show. Anyway, it's Dukect here. Peace and love. I'll see y'all. When I see y'all, don't forget my Marine 2 review will be up on Sunday night, hopefully, if not sooner. But anyway, it will be up soon. Anyway, thank you very much for listening on not only on TalkShoe.com, but also on my Blip, YouTube, Screw Attack, or whatever type of thing I can put on there. Thank you so much for watching and listening and giving a crap of my opinions. Anyway, peace.